What's the best kind of doctor in the world? A heart doctor that can literally bring people back to life? A brain surgeon with the power to unlock one of the most important elements that drive the human machine? Will Rogers once argued, "Personally, I've always felt that the best doctor in the world is a veterinarian. He can't ask his patients what's the matter, he's just got to know." The point of his comment is that unlike the cardiologist or brain surgeon, a veterinarian can't rely on verbal communication to glean clues regarding the patient's ailments. Unfortunately, even when there are no limitations to verbal communication, miscommunication is still common, and the consequences can indeed lead to life or death outcomes. A NASA study once found breakdowns in interpersonal communication were tied to approximately 4 out of 5 aviation accidents over a 20-year period. Preventable medical errors rank within the top 10 causes of death in hospitals, and many of these can be tied to poor communication. These statistics provide evidence for a quip provided by famed Irish writer George Bernard Shaw decades ago when he noted, "The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place." Communication fulfills 3 key organizational functions relevant to transmitting information, coordinating effort, and sharing emotions and feelings. How we send and receive information is explained in the communication process model. Understanding this model is important knowledge to help individuals understand if they are really getting their message across. Of course, there are many barriers to effective communication that we can identify. We will explore ways to understand and overcome them. Examples include filtering, when individuals distort or withhold information; selective perception, where we apply our own personal filters to hear what we want to hear; and information overload that occurs when individuals are bombarded by too much information. Differences based on gender or cultural interpretations can also impact communication. We also compare and contrast different types of communication and when each type is more effective. For example, although perhaps more time efficient, relying on written communication instead of a verbal message can be extremely insensitive in situations such as a firing decision or a breakup. So we explore the concept of information richness and explain the differences between types of communication. A key outcome of studying effective communication is that the information should help you to develop and improve your own personal communication skills. For example, the use of email has increased dramatically compared to previous generations, so I would encourage you to explore the do's and don'ts of email etiquette before sending out your next message. How you convey information is important, but we also explore listening skills that can help you improve your communication. Effective communication can also be invaluable for those in the dating scene. If this context is of interest to you, I highly encourage you to check out and digest the different communication freezers that can break down effective communication by putting the receiver on the defensive. Examples include telling people what to do, using the phrase "or else," judging the person, or making inappropriate or insincere comments. We can all improve on elements of our communication, and consider this my formal invitation for you to provide feedback if any of this information I've provided isn't clear. But you should understand email do's and don'ts first, so you can provide the most effective presentation of your thoughts to me, and I'm confident I'll be able to receive your message and act accordingly.